Hello. In today's video, I will talk about the Knight of Wands. So the Knight of Wands, again, sorry, the card's falling. We are talking about the court, and so we're talking about people, either the querent or someone in the querent life. We're talking about immature masculine energy, so this would be immature masculine like Padma or fire energy. The element that we're working with here is fire. The color is red. The Buddha family would be Padma. In a regular deck of cards, we are talking about the Jack of Clubs. With this card, we're going to be again talking about like he's either a child or an adolescent or young adult, and it could be an older man, but the way that he's relating to this energy is kind of in this, I say, immature masculine way, meaning basically that he has not mastered the energy. He sometimes gets swept away by it or with it or in it. This particular card represents a guy who is, excuse me, he's energetic. He's full of life. He's enjoying life and wants to enjoy life and wants to enjoy everything in life. And he's got like that kind of energy that like wants to enjoy the people, wants to enjoy the environment, wants to like, he's like connected with his senses and he wants to like experience all that he can experience, and he's that kind of energy. He's high energy a lot of times. He is has these high ideals and high, like these visions and thoughts about what would be good and what would be great and how to engage the world. And so in his upright position, he is working with like a zest for life. He's energetic and he's full of life and he's curious about life. With his immaturity, he can be a little bit careless with his energy, and so he can be seductive, he can be manipulative, he can be unreliable, because his main thing is, and it's unintentional, but his main thing is like self-gratification or the exploration of self. And so sometimes he can not follow through with things because he saw this next big thing coming or this next interesting thing coming, that he didn't want to lose this opportunity. And so where someone might be depending on him, he might kind of like leave them in the wind in order to fulfill this desire he has to explore or to experience something. This card, this knight, felt like he could be represented either by a black or a white guy. Of course, he's in one of the biracial families. In this particular deck, his father is black and his mother is white. And so he, I guess, technically based on American standards, would be considered a black man. But he's biracial, and so he's bringing kind of both of these worlds together. He's one of the cards that most of him was pretty much once he was developed, he was developed. There were some minor changes that felt really important, like I couldn't move past it until these changes were made. And just changes with his hair, changes with his features, his skin color kind of went, kind of back and forth, trying to get his skin color to print properly once the cards went to print or went to proof. But aside from that, he felt alive, and he felt like there weren't many things that needed to shift once he kind of came into being. He is probably going to be the kind of guy who is going to sneak out of the house in order to party, in order to go to that party, in order to experience the people, in order to. So his growth is in community and in experiencing the world through his senses, experiencing the world through his very human kind of experience. Because of his desire to explore and experience the world, along with the unreliability, he is going to be a little bit rebellious. Of course, depending on his parents, he may have the kind of parents who allow and celebrate his exploration of the world, and he may have the kind of parents who are like constantly trying to like bring him back into line, trying to get him to consider others, get him to be a little more responsible. And so that might be one of the challenges of this particular energy as it is like a young adult, an adolescent, or a child. There may be this kind of struggle between consideration of other and, you know, the person considering themselves above all else. And it's, for them, it's not seen quite that way. It's like this opportunity. I want to experience this thing, and nothing else is as important as them having that experience, or them interacting with that person, or them, you know, doing whatever it is that helps them to grow in this way that's a bit more creative and a little bit more energetic and a little bit more spontaneous than would be the way one might have to deal with people if they were being responsible, or if they were considering the other a little bit more. I feel like that's kind of feel like these talks on the nights are a little bit brief, but I don't have much else to say about him at this point. The next card will be the Knight of Swords, and that will kind of be the end of the Knights, and after that we'll move on to the Maidens. Thank you for joining me. I look forward to talking to you again soon.